We don't need to talk about Labubu?
Sorry. Welcome back to another episode of Long Story Short with Tina Newby. Today I have again my great friend Regina. So this is the last episode that we're going to have for our 2025.
Oh my gosh, you didn't tell me that.
Yep.
Hit subscribe and smash the like button.
Yes, please do. We want to get lots and lots of subscriber and follower. Follow us for 2026. 2026 gonna be amazing. Everything gonna be so much grander. So today, in dedication of our last episode for 2025, Regina and I are going to talk about what happened in 2025. Where did it all go? I feel like remember when in 2024 I felt like that was the worst year for a lot of people, and you and I always like, oh my god, I can't wait into 2025 gonna be so much better, and it's gonna be but you know what I mean?
And it's gonna be
in 2 weeks we'll be like, oh my god, 2020
past.
right?
Yeah,
Isn't
but
that
it was wonderful.
It was
2025 was fantastic.
Yes, by far. I'm so glad that 2024 was way behind us. 2025, though, I think because there's so many great things, so many positive things, I felt like 25 went through way faster than 2024.
Well, we set an intention in the beginning of the year.
That's right.
In January, we set an intention and
we did.
It worked out great. We were like, let's try new things. Let everything be something we've never done before.
Right.
And by golly, we accomplished that, didn't we?
We accomplished a lot of different things, but I think that reflecting on it, not only we did different things in as far as activities, but I think for you and especially for me, I did a lot of different things in sense of my spiritual, my mental health, the way that I see life, the way that my perspective had completely changed in 2025. And that for me was one of the biggest things as far as doing something different, something positive.
What are the differences specifically between 2024 and 2025?
I felt like I have grown so much in the past year than I ever been in the last 10 years. Spiritually, mentally, I felt like all of a sudden, sometimes you feel like you're stepping in the same place.
Mm-hmm.
I felt like 2025, I actually sprint so far ahead as far as being more spiritually, being emotionally, even the way that I deal with people are different. And to me, 2025 is a year where I'm being more truthful to myself, and I actually put myself first before anyone else in my life. And that was very refreshing for me.
Okay. So that pertains with how you deal with people now. Oh, you used to put people first.
Yes. Before I would say yes to people when deep down inside I want to say no.
Well, is that why you keep standing me up?
I'm so much better with impromptu that, because especially being a realtor in the real estate market that we are right now, I can't really commit to anything outside of my work because if I pick up a phone call and somebody need me in real estate,
you get the boot.
You know what I mean? And for me, I feel like my job, the schedule is flaky enough where I don't want people to see me as a flaky person because I am not. So I always said, I can't make plan because of my job, but if you call me and you want me to do something and it's impromptu, and if I'm available, I'm all for it. And I think a lot of my friends will say the same thing is we have so much fun with impromptu things than plans. Because I feel like with you and I, whenever we plan things for months or weeks, it doesn't pan
something
out.
comes up.
It's a whether your kids, your family,
Mhm.
my family,
Mhm.
my work especially. So 2025 actually had been such a memorable year for me. I've done a lot of my first in 2025.
What?
Just being, I'm more lax now as far as living than I was ever been before. Obviously, I'm not, people will see me at work and no, she's not lax. But in personal stuff, I'm a lot better. I'm not stressed out all the time. I actually take the time for myself that I need to have center myself first before I take care of everyone else. And I feel like because I'm doing that, I'm consciously and mindfully doing that in 2025, that the people around me is happier
Mhm.
and I'm happier. Because for me, growing up, it's always like you gotta, being selfish, you have to be selfless, right? Because if you're not selfless, you're selfish. There's no other way for
Mhm.
me as far as before. But now I realize in 2025, I realize that you have to be selfless first for you to be selfless. You know what I mean?
For you to be whole enough to be able to contribute
Right, because
in a complete way.
before I feel like I didn't have anything to give because I was so empty because I never took care of myself. I never fulfilled my cup before taking care of everybody else. So
Right,
now
right.
I feel like being selfish, as in, let me fill up my cup first before I can fill up yours.
Mm.
But that's, I think, for me, because we did talk about, we did want to do something different. And I think that you and I, both of us, are very competitive, not to other, but to ourselves. We give ourselves a task. We want
Yeah.
to be A plus on that task. And I think that for me, just reflecting all the whole year of 2025, I think I really did that. I did things differently that I wouldn't do before.
Mhm.
And I think I pushed a lot of my boundary as far as focusing more on me instead of on other people,
Right.
and not feeling like, oh, if I feel like I need to take care of myself, then I'm selfish. I don't think of that way anymore. And I think that to me, it took a lot of mindfulness. It take a lot of being conscious about what my mind is telling me to, because it's not easy and it's not an overnight thing. And for me, that's why I said I felt like I grew so much. I grew so much in this 2025 that I wouldn't have done that with us setting intention, expectation for ourselves, not for other people, but for ourselves, how we want to show up differently in the next year and give ourselves a whole year to do that, right? Because I know that with the New Year resolutions and everybody, oh, I want to lose weight, and then quit like a month or two later. But I think for me, what I've learned is I got to give myself grace. I really like to listen to Louise Hayes, and I literally listened to her. I don't know, honestly, I don't know if it's AI that they reuse her material, but if you go on Facebook, you have it, and she has morning affirmation. She have
Mm.
about like a video of like to 30 minutes of morning affirmation, and then she have nighttime that you can listen to, like 4 hour long video that you can fall asleep with. And to me, listening to her every day really helped my mental health, because she does say so many wonderful things like gotta put yourself first and all of that. And to me, listening to somebody else telling me that
Mhm.
really helped me be mindful of that throughout the day.
Okay. It's an
That,
intention like in the morning so that you start your day off on the right foot with
yes,
the right mindset.
right. And I don't know about you, but for me, I feel like just me telling myself
Yeah.
not enough. I have to hear it from like a different person who kind of like me the permission to be selfish for that day.
Right.
Like her first thing in the morning kind of gave me the sense of Louise said, hey, it's okay. I can do it.
Mhm.
That's really to me that give me that extra push.
Mm-hmm. I wake up every morning positive with a smile on my face on purpose. I do it on purpose. And I say things to myself out loud. It's going to be a great day. Or I say, I'm young, I'm lively, I'm free. I
Yes.
say things like that. My body doesn't ache. I'm putting it out there in the world. So it starts out that way. I can believe it. The universe can believe it too. And words become reality. And so, yeah, it was just like, you're going to say, my body doesn't ache. My knees don't hurt. You know what? It makes a difference.
It does. It
It makes a huge difference because I come out of bed lively and like, and just, so I don't know if it's me because I'm waking up and with that attitude, that's like me to act like that. Or am I aging in reverse? I'm not really sure.
You're definitely not aging in reverse, but I think that it does help because I've noticed how I felt before versus how I felt this year, being more mindful about what I want to do.
Well, I'm about to tell you. Everybody's coming in with pictures of what they want done to their hair. And it's to say, if you guys know what peekaboo highlights are.
Yeah.
That's coming back. Skunk stripes. I don't know what it was called back in the day, but Dua Lipa had it, Lady Gaga.
Yeah.
Well, it's like red or fuchsia on one side, black on the other side.
Oh, okay.
Galera back in the day, I think it was a two-tone split dye color. So
that's
a lot
coming
of them
back.
are coming in with that. Yeah. Boys, guys want it too.
Okay.
So that is in the future.
Okay.
Already consulted with me about, hey, can you do this? I'm like, yes, I can do it.
There are some AI photos online that I didn't think it's AI. Have anybody bring you like an AI hair?
That's always been a thing. When I first started, what they do is they bring in, I guess it was AI generated back then. I don't know how they did it back then. Also, they brought in with ladies who had extensions in their hair or maybe wigs. And so it's always good to say that this is a launching pad for the look. It's an inspiration photo. So they know for sure that it's not attainable because you have two hairs on your head and this one is a full head of hair in the picture that you're showing.
So you do tell them that, girl, this is not real.
I don't say it like that. I say that this is an inspiration. Oh, this is a great inspiration picture. Yeah, hair is a little bit different. You have a different growth pattern. So it's going to look a little bit different, but this is a good starting off point.
You're always so good at like people that they're crazy without telling them they're crazy. Do your male client versus your women client, do they have like story just the same, or men doesn't really talk too much?
No, they talk.
Okay.
But you know what? No, they don't really talk about one. I do have one that talks about personal things, but not too personal.
Okay.
But he always exalts his wife, so I really, really like him. He talks about the many different ways that his wife is amazing.
Oh,
yeah,
awesome. Yeah, need to do that more often.
I do.
Well, in front of their wife, not just with somebody else, but let your wife or your women know how wonderful they are. Not just with other people, but with your wife and your girlfriend.
I don't want to hear anything bad. I don't like wife bashing or anything like that. I'm okay with the other way around. So
it's either don't say anything or say something nice.
Yeah, say something nice. I feel very uncomfortable if a man bashed his girlfriend or his wife.
Okay, for women to bash their husband.
Yeah, listen, they don't do that. Then when they do, maybe I can say this. When they do, it's usually because they're divorcing. And it's like a shock to me. Like go from not saying anything bad at all to we're divorcing. And I have to take a seat and I have to say, what? Yeah. Never did you edit that. You kind of that too. I'm like, did you ever give me like an inclination that there was anything wrong?
Speaking for me anyway, if I'm with someone that I love, I would not tell, I mean, no one is perfect, right?
Yeah.
Myself,
Mhm.
be a pain in the butt, and I
You
can
can
be,
be?
oh, yes, very
Oh,
much
really?
so. But to me, my decision to be with that person,
Mhm.
I have no reason to bash that person to my friend, to my family, because that was my decision.
It makes the basher look bad
Yes,
do-
make me look really dumb.
because you're going home to the same place.
Right, and like,
Yeah.
why are you disrespecting that person
Right.
and claiming that you love that person? So to me, that's something that you have to work in between the two, right? There's nobody else business but you
Right.
and the person.
For me, whatever's inside the house is not the business of anybody that's
Oh
outside of
yeah,
the
for
house. And so
sure.
when I'm out and about,
Well, so during COVID, real estate had been like a boom for Florida.
mm,
After COVID, things had simmered down a little bit, interest rate increase. There's a lot of things going on with and finance. So a lot of people are not sure what to do.
so what did that do for 2024, which was an election year?
Right. 2024 was just a
Sucked.
bust. It sucks
Okay.
for everybody. Everybody, scared. They don't know which way.
Okay.
Have gotten a little bit better, but not so much in sense of people have short-term memory, right? So they can only remember on the surface what really happened in recent year, which is during COVID. So when people think about purchasing home and interest rate, that's what they think of. Oh, interest rate was in the 3% during COVID.
Okay.
That's as far as short-term memory. So now interest rate has been in the 6%.
Okay.
Then that's just a huge jump, right?
Mm-hmm.
Not a lot of people are buying because they're thinking that interest rate gonna go back that low, which
Right.
it will not happen again for a very long time. Okay,
Yeah.
that's something that people gonna have to deal with, accept, and move forward. Because a lot of time people look living in the past because it happened. They know it.
Because
it's
we
sure.
want it to go
Right.
back down.
Right.
It used to be $2-3 for a dozen, and now
Yeah.
it's like
It's
six,
right.
I think.
But
Prices went up.
see, but in reverse, this is the funny thing is us being a human, we only think about things that benefiting us.
Of course.
If it's
We
not
are
benefiting us, and
egocentric.
right, let's say interest rate was low, right? But people don't realize that the price increase on average for the state of Florida, the price of home have increased 42%.
Right, and that is because of COVID and the aftermath of COVID, because
Right.
people started leaving their states to come to
Right.
Florida.
So
Yeah.
now think about it, right? People are waiting for interest rate to drop from 6% to 3%. That
But
is
it won't, because the people have lived here permanently, so
Right.
they're here.
right. But here's the thing. They don't think about the other way as far as pricing go. Pricing still 42% higher than it would used to be.
Right.
42% versus 3% different.
Yeah.
See?
So do you have to explain this to the buyers on a repeated?
Well, not only
basis.
so buyer waiting for interest rate to drop, seller continue to want their price to be 42% higher than what normally should be. So the difference is it's just too wide. Buyer, seller want here. Now what we need is for in the middle, the buyer realize interest rate gonna be the way it is, price of the home gonna be a little slight higher, but at the same time, seller gonna have to realize that your price that was inflated need to be deflated a little bit to meet everybody halfway.
Is that typical though? Sellers usually go high and then buyers usually like low.
Yes, but not that far of a wide range. That's 40%, right? They got to go up a lot more, right? Seller need to realize interest rate is that it is what it is. Buy what you can afford right now at that interest rate. Seller need to not take their home off the market, hoping that the next year they can still price it the way that it is. You understand? So that's how the market is. As for that's just the general. So the hope in general for 2026 is seller kind of to the realization that if they want to sell their house, they need to deflate their pricing, decrease it a bit more than what they initially thought. Buyer need to accept the fact that interest rate are going to be at 6%, and that's how it's going to be.
Let's talk about the new things that you've done in terms of like yourself this year.
Yes.
Yeah.
This is
what's
a
it called
new
again?
thing. It's
Yeah.
a podcast, long
Story
Tina.
short, subscribe,
Yep.
like button.
Yes. And this
Long
is
story short.
Yep.
Mhm.
And this is a new thing for me because the last 7 years I've been doing, I work really hard to build out Tina Newby. A lot of people know who Tina Newby is. I have been an
Who is she?
I'm gonna tell you. You know, working really hard to my first couple year in real estate. I study, I learn the business, I take certifications, designation, go above and beyond what the typical realtor do, so that I can advocate for my client. Believe that the thing that people have to understand is being in real estate, selling home, it's not something that people do once a year, every other year. On average, it takes people from 7 to 10 years to purchase from one house to the next or level up, or even first time home buyers. So people need a lot of hand holding, they need somebody who can advocate for them, who show them what's the right process supposed to be like, so that they can, because it's an investment. It's one of the biggest investment of their life. So I want to be a representative. I want to be their advocate to go through the process with them and make sure that they doing everything correctly, that, you know, in their best interest, right? It's not in my paycheck, but it's in my client best interest.
Right.
So in the past 7 years, I have done that, and people know that that's what I am. In 2025, I hired a great assistant, and Nick had been helping me become more of an influencer, which to me, when he say that, I'm a little shocked because that's not something that I think of when I think of Tina. But
we went through this too.
Oh yeah, sure.
So you are going to claim that you are
2026. I'm not only going to influence my client on real estate, but I am trying to take what I learn and the life that I live to influence and to help promote and to help as many people as I can.
Right.
Now, this is something extra that the ability to do now that I have Nick on board with me, that I get to do more things. I think I just have to be realizing that I am now more than what I think that I was. You get what I'm saying? It takes me a little bit to get on the train.
Yeah.
That's as far as for me, real estate 2025 has been really a lot better than 2024, and 2026. Oh man, the sky is the limit for us. Yeah. Sky's the limit. And then 2027 would be like the galaxy is the limit, right? So
can't that be 2026?
Baby steps.
No, we don't need baby steps. Forget baby steps. That's what all these previous years have already been. They've been baby steps,
like stepping stones, right?
Right.
Well, we'll see. But I'm very realistic. I like to be able to give me a goal that I can shoot not only to that goal, but a little bit higher.
Okay, what is that goal?
My goal for 2026 is to help more people their real estate goal, to help more people from afar via being an influencer with my podcast, with different shows that I'm gonna people with or do things with.
Tell them about your cooking show.
That's one of the things. So during COVID, people couldn't go into the listing to see the property. What I do is I create a cooking show in the kitchen to talk more, show you guys the inside of the home. I have not done that just because it takes so long to do a cooking show. I literally have to go grocery shopping. I have to make the food at home, then prep the food for the show. It's so much work, and the editing, that now I'm so blessed that I have a lot of clients and we're able to go see homes now. But on the other side of that blessing is I just don't have the time to do
Right.
it. So I can't promise too many of the cooking show. But now that I have Nick, I think we can, feel cooking show to see how the timeline is.
Right.
Oh, okay. So 2026, I want us to give our viewers some advice that you've been through that works for you, that I've been through that works for me, for people to go in 2026 with.
Oh
You
my
go
gosh,
first.
geez, I go first for 2026. I'm not really good at giving advice.
Yes, you are great at it.
Oh, thank you. I like to, and I'm going to go into 2026 wide open. Like anything goes, open to receiving things, good and bad, knowing that if it's type of adversity, that it's there to help me grow and it's there to get to the higher level. So I'm 54 years old.
Yeah.
I had 54 Christmases, 54 summers,
Yep.
birthdays, 54 Easters, 54 dinners, like main dinners. I've eaten more than that. This is my way. You'll see. How many more of them do I have, though?
Right. Yeah.
I have 60. I have 65. I'm hoping to have 95.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so let's do the math there. Like, so I want 90 Christmases. I'm 54. What is that? 34 years? 36 more Christmases will bring me to 90. So put that in perspective. About this girls' trip. We did the first one this year, and I was talking about doing the second one next year. If I want 30 more of those, that'll bring me to
90.
30 more of those, 84, right?
Yeah.
So let's start looking at life from point of view.
Right. Yep.
From that point of view. Yeah. I think that makes it, and it really puts things in perspective.
Yes. And I feel like now either we live too much in the past or too much in the future. So if one advice that I can give my viewer for 2026 is learn to live in the present. Change your perspective. If I know a lot of people are going to think, well, but my present is not that great. Well, change your perspective. If you can't change the outside, the other people, you change you.
Or sometimes people will say, well, my past wasn't great, so therefore I don't have a great present.
That's not true.
But the past in the past.
Right.
Forget about it. Whatever lessons came from it is in you already anyway.
Right. Yeah. Go of the past and don't think too much into the future because you don't know what the future.
You really don't know.
So
the best laid plans, they don't turn out that way. We see that.
Right.
It doesn't turn out, especially if you let go.
But yeah, we talk about impromptu thing. Like impromptu, always the best than the plans. You know what I mean? Or impromptu can be like super crazy, but we always, to me, never fail. Anytime I do impromptu, the best thing.
Sometimes we'll be like, let's do this tomorrow, or let's do this tonight.
Yeah, it works. Yeah.
You always think, I don't have anything to wear, or I don't have to. You do. Check in the very back of your closet. You've got a dress there that you haven't worn.
Yeah. And you know what? Make it, if you don't have to think, what are people going to think about me? You know what? People are they're too busy thinking about themselves.
Still, if they want to dislike you, they're going to dislike you.
That's
if they want to, talk crap about you, they will. And what you said, people are more concerned about themselves than they are about you anyways. It's not a worry. It's not a concern. So, and what other people think about us is none of our business. That from Instagram. Yeah, Instagram or Facebook or something.
But it's true. Like, who care what other people think about me? They don't live your life. They don't pay your bill. They don't, you know what I mean? They don't suffer through the pain, the heartache that you do. Thank you so much for watching another episode of Long Story Short with Tina. This is our final episode for 2025. I wish you guys have a wonderful new year. 2026 is going to be great for me, for you, for everybody. I'll talk to you in the beginning of 2026. Don't forget to subscribe, follow on Instagram, X, Facebook, TikTok, and LinkedIn.
Bye. Merry Christmas.